Hey guys, it is September 1st and we're going to give you guys a look at the Get Stuffed tomato that we decided to grow this year, and it's from Baker Creek Seeds, except our two plants that we did plant didn't make it through the cold snap we had earlier in the year, so we got this plant from another local grower, and this is the Get Stuffed, and it's a very unique tomato, and the only reason why we're growing it is because of its uniqueness. It's supposed to be a hollow tomato that you can stuff, and we're not expecting a lot of flavor from it, but the colors are really neat, and it was just something that we were interested in giving a try, and we're going to go ahead and pluck the two that we have that are ready here, and we'll take you inside and get a look at what the inside of these look like and taste like.
So September 1st, 2019, this is our Get Stuffed tomato. It was a pretty strong plant, and one we're not expecting to have any killer flavor to it, but was really unique, which is one of the reasons we grow. We grow for quite a few different reasons. It's hard to explain, but we thought that these kind of had a unique color and a unique grow pattern to them, and so we'll take them in.
And ours aren't getting very big, and it possibly could be because we container garden, so we weren't really expecting them to get giant either. But it is supposed to be a bigger tomato. The colors are very striking and unique, and
Let's pull it down in the shade real quick.
we're excited to have been able to get some.
We've noticed rewatching our videos, the color doesn't come in as good when we got it in the kitchen there, and we're giving them a try, so we're working on better lighting and stuff like that, so hopefully really weird orange and yellow stripe pattern, really cool kind of shape to it, and they're supposed to be hollow. We've had a couple that we cut open that were smaller to get off the vine, fairly productive, I would say.
Yeah.
The plants that we got that saved our yard this year, that one included, is
From a local grower.
yeah, a local grower that does a really excellent job, so shout out to them. But anyways, this is the Get Stuffed, and we'll see you guys in a second.
Hey guys, here it is, the Get Stuffed tomato that we have picked off the vine today, and they're not very big, but we're not expecting them to get very big with our container gardening, and we're really not expecting them to be very flavorful, but we could be surprised. This is a unique variety of tomato, and that's one of the reasons why we decided to grow it, because of its uniqueness, and to give it a try and see how it turned out for us. We're gonna go ahead and get this cut open and see what it looks like on the inside. And this is supposed to be a tomato that you're able to stuff and cook, which I've never heard of, and it's kind of unique in itself as well. We also like the striped colors, the orange and yellow stripes. It's really neat to look at, and especially when it's out on the plants, it makes it very seeable. It's very vibrant in color. So I'll go ahead and get this. I'm just gonna cut from the tip just because it's supposed to be a hollow tomato, and we're gonna give a look on what it looks like on the inside.
It's got lots of blur for some reason.
So far, doesn't look like I got the plain, and it does feel hollow. Doesn't feel juicy like most tomatoes, but it's a little mealy, so we may have left it on for too long. But
I kind of expected this. The one that we tried that was too early was mealy, but I kind of sensed that the tomato might just be a little bit of a mealy tomato, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just makes a little bit better thicker for saucing and stuff like that. We've never stuffed tomatoes before. Never. I like, when I think of stuffing anything, I'd definitely be stuffing a pepper and stuff.
it is definitely hollow on the inside. This is the center, almost like a pepper, with the cluster of seeds in the middle, and so that's what came out. It looks like some of this was starting to rot in the center here, but It's definitely hollow, so you can stuff it. It looks nice on the inside. It reminds me of a bell pepper, only this is a tomato.
All tomatoes from the yard and from local gardens and from friends and family taste better than a store-bought.
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely it's living up to its name.
The rim of it's thicker than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I'm sure if larger tomatoes, they might have thicker walls like a bell pepper would. I guess I can cut a small piece off of this and see what it tastes like.
Yeah, and I'll say something real quick. I'm a little bit surprised by this. You know what I mean? It's going to taste good because it's a yard tomato. For 100% sure. I never really think about stuffing tomatoes. I think about stuffing peppers. And this one, the wall is a little bit thicker. Like when I think about stuffing a tomato, I think about how it's going to get runny or soggy really, really easy. But the shell on this is a little bit better. The walls are a little bit thicker. You know what I would do with these if I was given enough time and opportunity was make salsa and then cut holes in these and then put the salsa in those, and then you could serve the salsa in a little tomato that you could eat at the very end. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Doesn't taste bad. It's not very strong in tomato flavor, and the texture is mealy. We may have left it on a little too long, but it tastes like a tomato, just an overripe tomato.
This one should have went right at time. This one just barely, the other half of it just barely ripened. We're going to have to check in that there looks like a little bit of rot around these seeds. We won't be saving the seeds from these ones, but there is...
On both of them it looks like there's...
Yeah, the seed cluster in the center has like some rot going on with it, so... Doesn't that look cool? Look at that. It's a tomato lantern. It looks like a little pumpkin. Put a little light in there, so we should have some of these on Halloween. Let me try a piece of it real quick. I still love tomatoes from the yard. It is a little mealy and a little different sort of texture, so I wouldn't really see it being usable in a lot of circumstances for like adding to foods and things like that. There's not a lot of innards for it, so you can't really sauce it that well either.
No, it's not very juicy.
I like the idea of making salsa and putting it in there, or making tomato lanterns. And I mean, it's a yard tomato. It tastes really good.
Yeah, and our main grow, the reason why we decided to grow this tomato was based on the uniqueness, and we had never seen a hollow tomato before and really wanted to see how it turned out. And we've got some small ones, but they're living up to their name on the hollowness of them, kind of like a bell pepper. So it's different, unique. I'll have to think of some recipes that I could use for stuffing the tomatoes, possibly the same as stuffed peppers, you know. And
yeah, I wouldn't think of it as a usable tomato as far as, it's not really that usable for a lot of things, but as far as entertaining guests, things like that, it would be kind of nifty to use them somehow in adding to a dish.
Yeah. This is the Get Stuffed, September 1st. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Love you guys. Alright, a last side note, just a couple minutes after we just tried that. I don't know if it's just me, but tomatoes and pumpkins smell similar, the innards of tomatoes and pumpkins, but this one specifically smells so much like pumpkin. It smells like the innards of a pumpkin. It looked like a pumpkin. It was orange. I mean, it had stripes on it that were darker orange or lighter orange. The seeds weren't as much of a cluster as I thought. They were a little bit more spread out on the innards. It was really easy to scoop out. But this is almost more of a jack-o'-lantern than it is a tomato. Did you feel the same way, that it smells like pumpkin?
I think it does.
It's weird that it has so many similarities, and that like triggered me like that. Because it does. It smells like when you're carving pumpkins on Halloween.
Yeah, it does.
So these will make really cool Halloween pumpkins, since we didn't grow any this year. Love you guys. Thanks again. We're a little slow on our comments right now. This is our season in September, but we love you guys. We're watching and sharing what we can. I hope you guys have a great day.